Okay, let's continue talking about the lysosomes. So the process in which the lysosomes explode is called apoptosis. So once again, apoptosis is when the lysosomes explode. And when they explode, they emit all of their acids, which are found on the inside. And when the acids spill over to the cell, it kills the cells. So if it kills the cells, as we see here, once again, it helps to form fingers and toes. Okay. If the lysosomes were not programmed to die, then your cells would stay together and we would have web fingers and web toes. So that's another important job of your lysosomes. So once again, they help to pick up waste and they are programmed to die. All right, the next one is the mitochondria. So the mitochondria is responsible to make ATP and energy. It's made up of a double membrane, and these are found in both plants and animal cells. Most of you guys recognize them as being the powerhouse of the cell. All right, plants. If you're a plant, you're special. You get to make energy two ways, one through the mitochondria and one through chloroplasts. Okay, chloroplasts are only found in plant cells, and they help to make energy and sugar from sunlight through the process of photosynthesis. Okay. All right, mitochondria are found in both plant cells. So we see one here, we see it here. However, chloroplasts are the only organisms that have chloroplasts. Okay, so plant cells only have chloroplasts, and chloroplasts help to make sugar and also energy for the cell. All right, cells need workers to make protein. So making protein to run daily life and growth, the cell must read genes in the form of DNA. They help to build proteins, such as structural proteins to make your hair, skin, and for some organisms, claws. They help to make enzymes that help to speed up chemical reactions. They help to make signals such as hormones. And the organelles that function to do this work is the nucleus, the ribosome, the ER, and the Golgi. All right, let's look at the nucleus. Most of us know the nucleus as being the control center of the cell, and it helps to protect the DNA, just down here in the middle. It's made up of a nuclear membrane, and it also has the nucleolus, which helps to make ribosomes, and this is where our DNA is stored in our chromosomes, as we see here. The next one is ribosomes. Ribosomes help to make proteins. They read the instructions to build proteins from DNA. They are found free, floating in the cytoplasm, and some are attached here on the ER. Some are attached here on the ER. The next one is the ER, the endoplasmic reticulum. And as we can see here, it's kind of somewhat attached to the nucleus. And what it does is it works on the proteins. It helps to complete the proteins after the ribosomes built them. And it also helps to make membranes. So once again, there's two types of ER. There's rough ER, which contains the ribosomes, and smooth ER, which helps to make our membranes. Next, we have the Golgi, and the Golgi, basically, it finishes, sorts, labels, and ships the proteins to go into and out of the cell. It's like your UPS headquarters, okay? So it ships these proteins in vesicles, as we see here. So how it works. So basically, let's say, for example, you drink milk, and you need to make the enzyme lactase so that your body could break down sugar. That information is found here in the DNA. Now your cell is going to get a signal from the cell membrane that you're drinking milk and you need to make this enzyme. So found in the nucleus is the instructions to make lactase. Now DNA is going to send the information in the form of what is called RNA. RNA carries the information out to a ribosome. Now the ribosome is going to read the RNA, and in that process, it's going to build the protein. The protein now is going to get shipped along the ER. As we can see, it's building. Now this protein here is going to be placed in a vesicle. That vesicle now attaches to the Golgi. The Golgi is going to check it to make sure it's been properly packaged and that there's no errors. It'll fix all of the errors. and then I'll place it in a vesicle. That vesicle now will merge with the cell membrane, and the protein will now go into your blood. And now you've made lactase. So the organelles that are responsible for working together would be the nucleus, ribosome, ER, and your Golgi. Okay. All right, and finally, your cells need to make more cells. So to make more cells, to replace, repair, and grow, the cell must copy the DNA, make more organelles, and divide the new DNA and new organelles between the two daughter cells. Okay? So the organelles that do this work include the nucleus and the centrioles. So on a day-to-day basis, you are losing hundreds of cells. Your skin cells shed off, you're growing new hair cells, you're growing skin cells. So all of that stuff needs to be repaired and replaced. The centrioles help to coordinate cell division, and these are only found in animal cells. So they help to attach to the chromosomes and separate them. All right, so if there's anything that you should know, just understand this, that your cells have three main jobs. They help to make energy, they help to make proteins, and they help to make more cells. So they make energy through cell respiration and photosynthesis. They remove the waste. They make proteins through the destruction of DNA. They need to chain together amino acids and finish and ship the proteins. And we also have to make more cells. And here are the organelles that are responsible for doing them. So we have our energy organelles, which include our mitochondria and our chloroplasts, which are found in plants. We have our protein-making organelles, which is the nucleus, the ER, the Golgi, and the ribosomes. And then we also have our lysosomes, like we said, which are our stomachs of the cell. And we have the cytoplasm where all of this stuff is kind of floating within. Well, I hope that helped you, and you guys have a good day.